What childhood experiences have been most fundamental to shaping who you are today?
When I was about 6 years old, I was already 1 year accelerated in school. I'd started preschool a year early, and a school had placed me in a one year ahead. I was in with the 4-year-olds when I was 3. And when I was 6, turning 7, I went to a school that was small enough that they noticed that I was getting bored by some of the work in my second grade class, and they started giving me more of the third grade work. And at some point, after a few months of this, the school talked with my parents and said, we need to make a decision whether she needs to stay in second grade or move ahead to third grade. And I moved ahead to third grade. And so from the time that I was 7, I was 2 years younger than all of my peers. And that was a combination of exciting and very stressful and challenging and unpredictable every day. And really that change really had a big impact on the rest of my development, the rest of my childhood, the way that I was coming to understand myself and understand the world. And it's an odd thing. Not many people can relate to that. And there were a couple of years in particular that were very challenging, especially 8th grade and 9th grade. In 8th grade, I started at a new school, and I started into a public school, and I had been at a private school, and I walked in and I was 11 years old, and I looked like a 6th grader, and I was in the 8th graders' classes, and it was very stressful. And then again in 9th grade, our middle school poured into a high school where only a fraction of the kids that I had met in that middle school continued on to high school. So when I walked into high school the first day at age 12, very small, very skinny, very child looking, I was the brunt of a lot of jokes and bullying and picking on, and it made every day really, really challenging. And at the same time, it taught me how to be in the unknown and how to be overwhelmed and how to learn how to cope with that, which later really served me, because being an entrepreneur and being in the unknown every day is something that you face, and you have to learn how to roll with that and have it support you rather than tear you down and throw you off.
Could you give me an example of a time as an entrepreneur where you thought back to when you were 12, 13 years old and really used that to push through a difficult moment?
Absolutely. There were many instances where I was not only the youngest person in the room, but I was younger by at least a decade, if not 2 decades. And the anxiety, I had learned by that point how to act like everything was normal about that and that I was fine with that. On the inside, though, that was very, very stressful. And just that difference, being that much younger and being female, the business that I had helped start was in the energy efficiency industry, and we worked with a lot of utility companies, and a lot of utility companies are predominantly, or were at that time, predominantly older men.
Right.
And so in most meetings, there would be days where I would be told, walking into a meeting, oh, we really need you to fill in for this person and lead this meeting. And I would be presenting to a room full of predominantly older men. And that's intimidating really for anybody, but being at that point in time, 25, 26, 27-year-old female, unmarried, I really had the same feeling like I did back in high school. Like, well, I'm the young kid, I'm the weird one because I'm so young, and I'm just gonna let this continue and unfold how it's going to, and hope that how it's happened in the past will continue, that I'll be respected for who I am, and that they'll see past the outside, that they'll see past the fact that I'm young and female and I don't have as much experience, and they'll see my heart, they'll see my mind, they'll see who I am and what I'm trying to accomplish. And it worked.